Whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version. This week we are taking on our second rival battle of the game, and we have Toadette in there who takes a water Aqua Jet, I think it was, from the launcher. So that's good work there. And then the Bulbasaur comes in, and Toadette's going to be able to throw up the Hidden Power Fires here, which is going to be able to chip away at that Bulbasaur and eventually take him down here in a minute. I want to apologize to you guys. We only have 3 battles this week, and that's not what I'm apologizing for because that's not really entirely up to me, but this week was a holiday weekend here in the States, and so Monday I wasn't even home. I was in another state visiting my in-laws, and I didn't even think about it until I got home that, oh crap, I just potentially missed a whole day of people battling, and I didn't mention that in last week's episode, which I apologize about. Because some of you guys may not have known that was coming. So if some of you guys were sitting there for waiting for me to get on, I apologize. And then there was just, this week was really busy, and so the evening time slots I almost never was able to get to. There was like 1 or 2 maybe that I was able to be at, and then some of the other ones, like I came home from lunch, took care of the dog, did all these things, and it was like, oh crap, I was supposed to be on playing, you know, doing Showdown stuff. So I apologize. This whole thing is going to be kind of fluid, because life is busy. But Blackavar comes in with the home clause there. I like Neuron's teams here. His starter is the Badoo that we're about to see here in a second. He's got a number of other Grass-type Pokemon on his team, so he looks like he's starting up a trend. It'll be curious to see if we get people repeat battling like this. Curious to see how the teams will evolve throughout the course of this series. I'm pretty excited to see that. But thank you, Neuron, for your continued support on this series, for coming back week after week, and for giving us such a fun rival battle there. I really enjoyed this team that you had there. So anyway, let's check out what the other 2 had for us this week. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we went up against Scad, rival Scad, and Scad in the second rival battle has kind of an OU Little Cup team, but I won't begrudge him that. I have no restrictions on any of that. So I come in with Spock against the Ghastly. Spock's going to take a Shadow Ball. Stays up pretty well. We're able to get the rocks up as Spock takes another 1 or 2 there. Lands a good eruption, or lava plume on Janine, but not enough to kill. Hypnotoad is going to come in at that point then. Going to take a hard Shadow Ball. The Berry Juice activates, but it's not going to be enough to keep us alive there, as the Berry Juice activates before the Belly Drum, and since our speed's not any higher afterwards, it doesn't go well for us there. So Hypnotoad goes down, Blackavar comes in. I don't feel like I've got enough time to set up the home close, so I just go for it there. We do manage to kill the Ghastly, but then Muncher's in here trying to set up on us, and so I just go for it again. It's like, oh crap, I don't have time to set up. This is not going well. And it does not go well. Blackavar's going to end up getting killed by an Earthquake. Fumesy comes in at that point, going to take a Rock Slide, which does way more than it should have. Holy cow. And Fumesy is going to go down to another Rock Slide. So, yikes, my physical wall there could not defend against that one. Mankey then comes in with the close combat, going to finish off the Larvitar. But Scad is yet to even pull out the big guns at this point. Then his starter, Yuri, comes in, and Yuri's going to go ahead and throw up the Psychic, which is going to do good damage to Toadette, and then going to take Toadette out, which leaves us just with Zelda. And Zelda's going to get the U-turn off, but Yuri's got the Sash, and Zelda's going to go down with the Psychic. So, a good battle there from Scad. He's got some good Pokemon on his team there, and he's going to be tough to beat in the future, I think. But we'll have to step up our game a little bit. But yeah, good to see rival Scad kicking our butts a little bit, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, let's check out what our 3rd and final battle has in store for us today. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go. Arctic Animal Mac, rival Mac comes at us here, and he leads off with Alex, the Archon, and we're going to be able to get the Stealth Rocks up, and Fumesy's going to come in and take that Rock Slide, which he handles much better than he did in the last battle. He's able to throw up the Will-O-Wisp, but it misses on Alex, and Fumesy's going to go down to a critical Acrobatics before being able to do really anything for us, which is a bit unfortunate. Then Zelda comes in with the Ice Punch. It's going to do pretty good damage to the Archon, and then Zelda's going to survive. Zelda's going to survive in Acrobatics, which is fantastic. And you're going to have enough left in her to finish off the Archon there. Then Jolty comes in. Zelda's going to come out because she's locked into Ice Punch. Spot comes in to be immune to the Thunderbolt there, which works out very nicely. We get the Ancient Power off, but obviously they were smart enough to switch into their fighting type. The Makuhita uses Surf though, which does about half to Spock, which is pretty nice considering 4 times weakness. Then Hypnotoad's going to come in. This is really the best showcase of Hypnotoad. I decided to switch in. I wanted to get a water type of some sort on the team, and Poliwag I felt like was an early enough game kind of Pokemon that I could get away with that. And it happened to substitute in for Zigzagoon, who it subbed in for pretty well by having access to Belly Drum and all of that as well. Not quite as effective, obviously, without the super priority of extreme speed and things like that, but worked out pretty nicely for us here. Throw up the Hypnosis there, wanting to get Charlie asleep, and then we land that finally, going to be able to use the Waterfall to take out the Makuhita, and then the Stunky comes in, and we're going to land it one more Waterfall and take it down. So 2 wins, 1 loss today in our rival battle, second rival battle of the game. But I appreciate all 3 of you guys, Mac and Neuron and Scad, for jumping in this week. For those of you guys who weren't able to get in, I'm sure it was my fault just scheduling things and all that. I apologize for that. Hopefully this next week will be a little easier to connect, because there were some guys who even, like, you know, they're here every week and I missed them. So I'm sure that was my bad. But anyway, I want to thank all of you guys for participating. Encourage those of you guys who have yet to participate to do so. Link down in the description down below to get to Pokemon Showdown. It's a free, easy-to-use battle simulator, and there's really nothing else you gotta do. Just jump on there, put a team together, and you're good to go. But yeah, before we jump off for this week, let's jump into our spreadsheet and figure out what we're going to be doing for next week's battles. Here we go. Alrighty guys, here we go. We have to start off by generating what encounter type we're going to have, which I believe is 1 through 6. So we'll generate that. We get a 2, which is going to be another Root Trainer battle this week. So wait, no, we're Little Cup. Alright, let me generate then. We need to figure out Root type. Let me get this in frame a little bit. Okay, so we've got a Root Trainer. Let's highlight that. And then Root type is going to be, where'd that window go? There we go. 1 through 12. 11. So a regular grass root is what we will be fighting on this week. So let that inform your team building decision as you would. So we've got a Root Trainer battle in the Little Cup tier on a grass root. Alrighty. And that looks like it'll be a lot of fun. So use that information however you would like to build your teams, or don't let it inform your team building at all. I really, you know, it's entirely up to you guys. You guys are your own people, and so I won't tell you how to build your teams, but I will see you guys this week. Times in the description down below, still in the social media room, as opposed to the Battle Dome, which we were in the first couple of weeks, because the Battle Dome just ended up actually being a pretty full active room, and I didn't want to be, you know, in there clogging up their mess by hanging out in there. So we're in the social media room, which is for YouTube, Twitter, things like that. So it's probably the place we should have been in the beginning as a YouTuber. Anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions down in the description down below, or in the comments down below. Again, times and dates and all of that are all in the description down below as well. And yeah, anyway, I've been Tortimer the Gray, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time. Have a good one.